Ah, my little Schwierdel. Hey, what's up guys? It's me again, back with another Iron Man action figure review. And this time I've picked up the Comicave Blue Steel Armor, or the Mark 30. And this is from its appearance in Iron Man 3, where you saw just bukus of armors. But I really love this armor. I love the knobs out the end of the hands. I like the collar scheme and just the overall shape of these. I do want the red variation of this as well, but I just happened to find this blue and at a great price on Ageless Geek's Facebook page from an individual. So I figured I'd snatch it up. But I really like the way they package these. There's a magnet on the side. You just open it up and it reveals the figure and all of its accessories. Also shows you some of the articulation points, the switch in the back, some of your features that you might not find on your own. It lists them all there. This picture of the figure on the front is actually raised up. Nice silver lettering on the side. Just lists some of the details on the back. This side's the same as the other. But I'll take a second now and get him and his accessories out so we can have a closer look at everything. Okay, the blue steel figure is out of packaging, and this figure stands right at 6 inches tall. And for his accessories, you get these hands that are bent back at the wrist, and these ones have holes in them for the blast effects he comes with. Very nicely done. Great sculpt and paint on these. You have these ones that are just straight hands. They're open palm, no holes in them. They do have the repulsors painted in. These hands are slightly bent at the wrist. No peg holes again. They have the repulsors painted in. You have your small blast effects. I really like these blast effects. I love the sculpt of them. I like the paint on them. I like these much better than SH Figuarts. And then you get some just like those, but a little bit larger. And my favorite of all the accessories are these hands with the knives in them. They don't retract or anything. They are fixed on there. I really dig them. And this is probably what I'll display him with. Although I have always heard never bring a knife to a gunfight. I don't plan on being part of either, but cool hands. Okay, and before I move on, I want to compare him to a couple figures. Here he is with the SH Figuarts Iron Man Mark 47, and you can see he scales really well with the SH Figuarts figures. Fits right in. Okay, now here he is with the Comicave shotgun armor and the Play Imaginative Iron Patriot. Play Imaginative is kind of the same series, but Comicave later stepped in and started really improving on their figures. These ones are still on stands, but I promise you they are about the same scale. They all stand right at about 6 inches tall and look really great together. Now here he is with one of my favorite Comicave armors, the Igor Armor. I absolutely love this beast of an Iron Man figure. I love the articulated fingers. This was just a masterpiece for me. I absolutely love it. And those two look pretty good together. So he scales really well with the SH Figuarts and just will go great in my collection of Iron Man figures. And I picked him up at a pretty good price. If you know anything about Comicave, they're not doing real well with their Marvel license. So if you're wanting these guys, you better find them and jump on them now. Comicave's supposed to be doing a Hulkbuster. Who knows if we'll see that. They had other figures in the line they were supposed to do. We probably won't see. Which really sucks because Comicave was doing all the armors that the other companies weren't. Like Iron Man 3, you just saw tons of armors in that movie. And for an Iron Man collector like me, you know, I kind of wanted them all in action figure form. And Comicave was supplying a lot of those. Like this, the Igor, the shotgun, just a lot of armors that a lot of companies weren't doing. They were. But at least we got what we did. Maybe SH Figuarts will pick up where they left off, start supplying us with some of the not super popular mainstream armors. But I really love the design of this armor. It is 75% die cast, so a lot of this, what you see, is metal. It is a very solid armor. It's a pretty heavy figure. And for it to be metal, it does have pretty good articulation. It doesn't look up real great, but he does look up some. He looks down really good, which between the two, I'd rather he look up better and not down at all. But that's what we're stuck with. Shoulders will go out this far, and they will notch out. It's just really hard, and you feel like you're going to rip his arm off when you do it. So don't know how many times I'll be clicking that out. Shoulder pads are connected to his shoulder, so you can try to work with them, get them out of the way some. When you swivel this, you do get a click, and it is tight. So a lot of these articulation points, I don't know if it was the paint or what, but they're very stiff. You do have the upper bicep swivel. Again, very stiff, hard to work. Good double bend at the elbow. And these hands are just on a big ball joint. You get pretty good movement out of that, but it doesn't look the greatest there. You have a little bit of crunch at the midsection, not much. He rocks side to side better than he crunches. Got a little movement at the waist as well. Then on his legs, they kind of took a page out of SH Figure Arts where they will drop down to allow a little more kick forward and back. Goes back really well. Doesn't catch his iron butt hardly at all. Doesn't look real natural either, but it does go back. It will also swivel there at the hip. Then you have a good double bend at the knee. Foot will go back and forward. You do have some toe articulation. Again, it's very stiff. The pivot is there some, but it is pretty minimal. So you could probably get some decent flight poses with this or whatever you want. For the most part, I just have them standing on my shelf anymore. Almost kind of a Hall of Armor type situation going on. But I do pull them out every now and then and like to get a picture out of them. So, you know, I do want that articulation with the look too. And this one kind of pulls off both worlds, I think. Man, just what a snazzy figure. I dig it. It also has a few other bells and whistles. These leg panels will pop out, reveal some nice detail underneath as well. Also, you have these little panels that pop up. If it didn't tell you on the box, you'd probably never know they were there. Then, if you pop this back panel off, it reveals a switch in there, which I'm glad they hid the switch. A lot of the Comicave armors, there was just a big switch on the back. It really took away from the aesthetics of the figure. But I will flip this on. We will check out the lit up feature. There is his eyes and repulsor lit up. The repulsor lights up a lot brighter than the eyes, which I have some big lights going at the moment, so we're lucky we can see that at all. I will turn those off and we will check this out with those studio lights off. So I don't know how much better you can see that, but there is the repulsor and eyes lit up with my lights off. They're fairly bright. They shine pretty good, especially from my angle. I don't know how it's coming through on the camera, but fairly bright, looks good. I rarely use this feature on any of my armors, but it is cool to have. Be cool for some night shots. So there is the blue steel armor with the hand blades on. Playing some real life Fruit Ninja. Really, really happy to have it in my ever-growing Iron Man collection. Pretty soon I'm going to have to move everything off of my shelves just for Iron Man figures, because they are one staple that stays on my shelf. They do not get moved out, and they are slowly taking over. But that is all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of the Comicave Blue Steel figure, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye for now. Hurry, throw the watermelon.